Good morning, everybody. I'm Nola from Serenidad Consulting and the Peace Ranch, and it's Sunday the 2nd of May, and behind me are some of the beautiful ponds that are near Lake Burley Griffin in Australia's capital city called Canberra. It's a really beautiful day today. We're getting close to the end of the fall, the autumn, and so the colours are really changing into deep reds and oranges, and lots of leaves are falling on the ground. It's a particularly pretty time in this capital city because it has a lot of deciduous trees, and I'm sure some of you from other countries where you see those changes of colours will appreciate just how beautiful it is. And this is one of the things that I'm enjoying the most about being south and being elevated in the south, is that I get to experience this. Where I normally live, it's subtropical, and whilst that's fantastic, you don't get the same seasonal changes. So, it's nice to be able to wear something warm and to get into those winter woolies and feel all cozy, and to do that here in Canberra is extra special. This week I've been thinking about a topic that is going to perhaps help some people going forward, and also to educate others about personal choices and behaviours. And the thing that's come across this week mostly when I've been on site is the issue around people bringing their baggage to work. Now, everybody is entitled to feel disappointed, but when you bring baggage to work day in and day out, and it's usually the same old baggage, then it actually has quite a destructive and therefore negative impact on the people around you. Now, towards the end of this video, I'm going to give you a page out of No Boxing Allowed, which talks about letting go of baggage. But the essence is, when you come to work, as much as humanly possible, you need to check your baggage at the door. You actually need to do the same as what you do at the airport or at the bus station. You need to check your baggage in and leave it there, and not bring it into the space with other people. What happens for those around when you're getting angry about things, when you're humping and exclaiming, and there's all these negative emotions coming out of you? What that actually does is it puts it out into the universe, and it impacts on the people who are in your immediate vicinity. But it's not to say that you can't express yourself. If there's something that is really raising your emotional level, and it's not something that you can contain, then maybe just go somewhere where you're away from humans and away from animals and let it out. Stand on top of a hill and let it out, but don't bring it into the workplace, and certainly don't bring it into the family home. When I was little, I had a sort of a double family dynamic. On the one hand, I had a very loving, nurturing, peaceful, quiet existence with one set of my grandparents who were alive at the time. And on the other hand, I had an immediate family dynamic with, a parent and a sibling, where there was constant yelling, there was constant negativity, there was constant accusation. And what those family members did was bring their baggage and their anger and their stored up emotions into that family dynamic. And I can tell you that as a young teenager growing into a young adult and taking on a lot of responsibility, I'm grateful for the career that I had, because it actually put me into positions of accountability very young, and I therefore had to keep my emotions in check. But it also highlighted to me just how deficient that negative family environment was. And so when you see people walking away and not wanting to be around and distancing themselves and doing it repeatedly, it's not what you call bullying. It's actually them probably protecting themselves. So You know, there's a very fine line these days, particularly with all of our legislation that's in place, and who do we talk to, and who do we hug, and who do we say hello to, and how do we do it. There's a whole bunch of stuff that everybody is attempting to navigate as best as they can. But you as an individual need to be mindful of the impact that you have on other people and what energy you put out. If it's positive energy, that's great. If it's negative energy, be really careful, because ultimately what happens is the more negative you put out, at some point the universe is actually going to bring that right back to you. And that is what's really hard when you're wanting to make traction on things. If you're putting out negative, then the universe will bring that back double each time to teach you a lesson. So if anything this week, just practice the technique of dropping the baggage at the door when you go to work, or when you walk into your family home. Drop the baggage at the door. Walk in as if it's a brand new day, and these are people that you really need to have in your universe, and treat people with courtesy, basic human to human courtesy. You don't have to respect somebody, that's something that they earn, but human to human courtesy is a given, and it's our human right to have that. And if you treat people with dignity and courtesy, then just look at the positive changes that you'll be able to make. I hope you have a great week going forward. I certainly will, and I'll be with you again next weekend. It'll be Mother's Day weekend in Australia. I'll be back on the Gold Coast in Queensland and having a great time. I look forward to speaking to you again then. Please like and subscribe. Please make comments. Please send queries. We certainly welcome that. Bye for now.